Hi all, this is Pierre Vigneault for the Jazz Flute. It's been a while since I did a video about the flute. In the meantime, I have a new flute. It's made of wood, ebony, and it's made in China. It's not too expensive, and I find it very nice. Of course, it's not like Sankyo or Abel or Yamaha wooden flute as far as the mechanism goes, but it plays very well. Okay. Today I want to talk about a few things. Firstly, about harmonics on the flute. Um, some of you who play the saxophone are probably familiar with Sigurd Rascher top tones for saxophone, where it utilizes harmonics to go to altissimo register on the saxophone. The same thing can be done on the flute, but not for the same reasons. You want to practice harmonics on the flute to get a rounder tone. Because as you know, a fundamental tone like a G like this already has 3 or 4 harmonics that are visible when you do on a spectrum analyzer. You can see that some harmonics are as much as loud as the fundamental, which is the G. So we're going to start. This is very useful for saxophone doublers who want to improve on their flute sound. I found out that even though the saxophone players have very good technique, sometimes they lack a very good tone on the flute. It's very windy and the articulation is sluggish. So this will help you to obtain a better tone and a better sound definition on your instrument. So you do as you do on the saxophone, starting by a low note. We'll start with C, okay? What you want to do, firstly, is to reach as many harmonics as you want, and then we'll discriminate which one we want to use. So I start with a C. Okay, it's not very musical. As a matter of fact, it can be annoying for neighbors. So try to practice that when you're really alone and like 10 meters from everything or everybody. But it's very useful to get a good and precise tone on your flute. So let me try again and just discriminate which harmonics. I'm going to oscillate between the 3rd and the 4th harmonic. As you see, you don't always get it. Sometimes you get the 4th, sometimes you get the 2nd one. But after a while, your lips will become more precise, and you'll be able to switch between the two real easy. You see there's many harmonics there. And you try that on the C, and then you try on C sharp. Second exercise you can do is overblow and then relax to get the fundamental. Okay? So in this way, you learn how to relax and play, because the low notes on the flute are more difficult to play than the high notes, because you have the full length of the instrument. So the air column has to be very, very precise, and the velocity has to be exact so you can produce the fundamental. If not, you always, like all the beginner flutists have problems reaching the low notes because of that. And also they don't have enough diaphragm support, okay, which is very important. So when you overblow your flute, always overblow by pushing with the diaphragm, the abdomen. You see, I'm exaggerating, of course, but that's the principle. And also you can, if you overblow, you can do some neat little tricks on the flute, with the high harmonic. Okay, it's not, the sound is not very nice, but it can be spectacular. You can have a lot of fun with that. Okay, so these are harmonics. So you might want to practice them by doing like a tonguing, very slow tonguing. Okay, so try to be, it's very hard to be really precise when you want to choose your harmonics, but a good trick, like Sigurd Rascher was telling in his book, try to hear the note you want to play before. And the series of harmonics is easy to remember. I mean, from point of view of your ear, it's easy to remember. So it's always the same on all the notes. So. Okay, so that's a good exercise to get to improve on your tone. If you practice that every day, 5 minutes for a couple of weeks, you'll notice a big difference, guaranteed. Okay, so no money back, because this lesson is free. Okay, now let's talk about head joints, flute head joints. See, my flute is made out of wood, but the regular, most common flute is a metal flute, right? This is a student flute. It's not bad, but it's not the best there is. So there's a difference between the tones of the metal flute and the wooden flute. We'll try again. So I think you can hear the difference. The wooden flute has a more shady tone, more, I would say, like warmer maybe, while the metal flute has a more brilliant sound. As a matter of fact, that's why before, in the late 19th century, and beginning of the 20th century, flutes were made out of wood, like this one. Okay. Gradually, because the orchestra became more powerful and bigger, they wanted a more brilliant instrument that could get through all the big symphony orchestra, like the 20,000 strings in front of them. So they needed a flute that was more powerful and they got more brilliance, so you could get through the and be heard better. So that's why now they all use metal flutes. Okay, and generally metal flutes are silver or 10-karat gold or oromite or many materials they use. But if you can get a good silver flute, you're in business. The brands are, you know the brands, so you just go on eBay and you can find a very good silver flute for not too expensive. The Game and Heart is not bad. It's very good actually, and it's really not expensive. Okay, as far as the wooden flute, also on eBay, I bought it on eBay, and it was about $1,200, which is not bad. And I find it's pretty sturdy. The key mechanism is good. It doesn't oxidize as most of the nickel-plated flute. I mean, the wood is well treated, and it is really well made. I'm really surprised. I mean, this you could spend more on a wooden flute, but this one, if you want to try wooden flute, don't want to spend too much. Yes, I've been playing with that for many years now, and I'm very satisfied. Okay, let's talk about the head joints. Okay, there's something about the head joints. Well, they're made of wood or metal. So I'm going to show you something that not many people realize about head joints. Okay, I have a few here. Okay, if you see this head joint here, you notice that the way the hole is made, it's square rounded, okay, square rounded compared to this one here. Let me see. Can you see good? Let me let the light here. You see, it's more rounded, more oval, oblong. Okay. You want to compare? You see, there's a really a big difference between both. Okay. I'll show you another wooden, which is more square. Okay. This makes a big difference. How? The rounded oblong shape is better for the low notes. If you want to have a good, nice, low register, you would go for the oblong one. Okay? Let me show you the difference so you can hear the difference. I'll play a G scale and on both instruments with both of them. Okay? Now with the other more square shaped. You see, you have a little more, bit more of the upper harmonics, like we talked before, because of the square shape. It eases the high notes. Okay, so that's why they want to use that for the third octave. It becomes easier. I can't play my D today. I need some practice. Okay. So that's for the head joint differences. And if you notice, I have an alto flute here. Okay, it's almost round like the metal, like the wooden flute. Wait, where's the hole? You see? Okay. So alto flute, you buy an alto flute because you want the low notes, right? You don't really care about the third octave on the alto flute. You know, you want it because of the. So the rounded oblong shape helps the lower note, especially on the alto flute, which the air column is so big, you know, that you really need all the help you can get to get the low notes. And of course, your instrument has to be in top shape, no leaks on the pads, because then it becomes impossible to play the low notes. Okay, so if you have any question, you can comment down below. Comments appreciated, and we'll keep in touch. I'll be making more videos these days because of the situation, and also I like to do them, and I really hope you get something out of it. It's helpful to make you a better flute player. Okay, see you again. Take care.